I am getting ready to show you guys the worst wrap you have ever seen. It is actual trash. Actual trash. So, well, that's actual trash. This wrap is actual trash. This is probably one of the worst wraps I've ever seen. This one's not that old. It's only about 2.5, 3 years old, but it is absolutely destroyed. And a lot of it has to do with a certain product that people wash their car with. And for comparison, we actually have another car that was wrapped the same exact time that hasn't been washed near as frequently without using a certain chemical that I won't talk about. Well, I will talk about it, but I can't tell you what the name of it is. It's in the back of the trunk here. Let me pull that out. So, we like to call it the periodic table dudes, because we can't say the real name because we might get sued. Periodic table dudes, stop using this stuff on your wraps. Or what? We have the exact same car. We'll actually pull that in and showcase what it looks like. This car was actually garage kept for 1.5 years of its life out of the 2.5, 3 years it's been wrapped. And the one that we're about to pull in has never seen a garage at all and been washed maybe 5 times since it's been wrapped.
Don't judge me.
All right, so we got the Honda pulled in. I did say it was the same car, not the same car. It was the exact same color and exact same brand, wrapped about the exact same time. Again, this car did spend about 1.5 years in a garage at her, former home. This one has never seen a garage. So you will see that there is a noticeable difference in the fading. This one, and it is extremely dirty too, because again, it doesn't get washed. So that would explain all the dirt, but it is faded out a little bit. You do see a little bit of the vibrance on the hood here, but you don't have the, I don't even know what to call that, chemical burn. Chemical burn, for a lack of better words. You don't have all of that where it's literally been bleached out and is spotting like crazy all over the car. Anytime you use any of these chemicals on there that are gonna strip it, it's going to make it it's gonna make it that it lasts less time. That's basically what I'm trying to say. You're gonna ruin the wrap.
You're just ruining it. Look at my lips, you're ruining it. Ruining.
Now we gotta take it all apart, including door jambs. We're gonna take those off as well. And we're gonna put the new color on it, which is KPMF. I don't remember the name of the color, but I'll tell you later in the video when I figure this out, because I pretend to be a rapper.
Frozen Ruby.
Frozen Ruby, there you go.
Let me see who the real brains of the operation is.
Remember my first time opening up the hood?
So how do you feel about the install of the previous wrap?
Okay, so how do I say this and not come off as an asshole? They did a good job installing this, but they took it too far. You ever met that guy that takes it too far? Well, they were these guys, they took it too far. They overwrapped stuff that they should not have wrapped. Like this all right here was wrapped, even though this gets covered by a rubber seal here and a plastic bezel that runs over top, little trim panel. No need to wrap that. I'd take everything off, which we're gonna take all that stuff off anyways, but I would really not like to have to pull everything apart on this car to take it apart, which we're gonna have to do. The doors are probably gonna have, actually they're 100% gonna have to come off. So all this stuff's gonna have to come apart. Again, they didn't do a terrible job of wrapping it. I would assume this is probably like one of their first big color change wraps. So they wanted to cover their bases, which they definitely did. Everything is covered. But it's a black car too, so if this is red or white or yellow, I could definitely see going a little further, but man, this thing is like...
As Matt is struggling with his life, we see Morgan in here working hard on her new design.
I was taking a small break. So, yeah.
Let's take a look at what she's working on, guys.
No, I don't know. I don't know if you're ready for this. So we're basing it off of.
I'll give y'all a hint.
Currently have, but slowly getting there. Making backgrounds, all that good stuff. 3D render, so that way we can really see what it's gonna look like.
This is the car. That's all y'all can see.
All right, so we are doing this one a little bit different. We are going to go ahead and get the hood taken care of and the trunk before we get it up on the race ramps. We still have not heard back from the customer as far as the roof, so we're gonna have to wait on that one, but we're thinking about doing like a gloss black. The roofs. Anyway, and then we still have to disassemble everything else because they had so much wrap on this. It took forever to take off. There was a lot of glue that had to be removed. Clay barred forever last night until like 10 o'clock at night in the rain, under a tent. It didn't seem to help. We're having to do this one a little different. We're gonna get the hood, trunk done. Then we're gonna get up on the race ramps. We're gonna go ahead and take apart door handles, the mirrors, door panels, all that good stuff. And we're gonna try to knock out a lot of this stuff because we are behind. Hello.
There is one thing that Matt said this car is missing, and that is
A V8.
and
That's all I got.
a lot of bolts.
Oh, it is definitely missing bolts. It's definitely missing a lot of bolts.
And not because he took them out. Like
Nope.
they weren't there.
Yeah, we are missing lots and lots and lots of bolts.
Ryan, if you're watching this right now,
What is it? Oh.
you look like a baked potato.
Alright, so on today's agenda, we've already gotten almost everything finished up in the car. We really only have 2 mirror caps. The roof is debatable. We're gonna see what it looks like with the gloss black, but we're gonna try to get front and rear bumper knocked out today, which is gonna be a little bit ambitious just for the simple fact that everything does have to come off this because it was wrapped so far in. We've got to take all the old wrap off, finish clay bar on anything that's on here because it does have a little bit of a residue. So we've got to get all that cleaned up, inlays laid. We've got to try to knock this out. And that diffuser on the back of that thing is going to have a bunch of inlays as well. And as you know, inlays take forever. So we're going to try to get this knocked out today so we can actually shoot this thing Friday or Saturday. More likely Saturday, but we're going to see what we can do.
So right now Matt's hating his life. Why? Why might you ask? Because this man's still pulling off wrap to this day.
Yep. I have a feeling this car is like going to go to its death in a junkyard at some point in time, and still you will be pulling off pieces of this wrap. Somebody's gonna buy a part off of that car. They're gonna be like, you know what? I really want to get a fender, and then I'm gonna go to the junkyard and I'm gonna use this fender off this car and be like, man, this car was wrapped at one point in time 27 years ago. Still never got it off.
They were dedicated, man.
We're overly dedicated.
All right, guys, we are back in the shop bright and early. It's around 7 a.m. this morning. We decided to get in here and get an early start. I actually got up here first. Matt and Morgan they're running behind, but
When'd you get up here?
where?
How many minutes ago was it?
It is not, well, since it's 7, I got here like 10 minutes ago.
So like 10 minutes ago. You
Yeah.
got here like 10 minutes ago.
Ryan, blur that phone out at all costs.
10 minutes.
Change those numbers. Want to give a little update about where you're at?
We are at the shop.
We're not? Okay.
Alright, so we have everything done that we can finally do here. We're going to pull it down off the ramps. We thought we were going to leave the roof gloss black and the mirrors black to kind of break it up and give it some contrast. It kind of looks ridiculous. Not a big fan of it in this one. So we're going to pull it down, get the roof finished up, do the mirrors. We're going to pull this thing outside and see what it looks like. Actually, we'll pull it out right now and just see what it looks like. And then we'll come in and do the roof. I like that idea.